This video shows you how to model volumes and voids in CADAM3D. So once you have modeled your geometry section, you'll have the ability to add volumes and voids. By clicking the button here of volumes and voids, we have an empty list here because we didn't create any volumes or voids so far. And the only option that we have now is add a volume. Please note that CADAM3D does not check the plausibility of all additional volumes or voids. So the user must make sure that all voids do not exceed the geometry limits, as well as added volumes do not penetrate solids. Moreover, the user must also make sure that volumes are not superimposed as well as voids. I'm going to click Add a Volume. I want to make a slab on top of my gravity section. So I'm going to call it slab. I'm going to create now, I'm going to define the polygon plan and the origin. So you can work in the XY plan, in the XZ plan, or in the YZ plan. So XY is elevation and downstream to upstream to downstream. X and Z is a plan as if you're looking over the section, and YZ is elevation right to left. So my insertion point will be -1. I'll have an elevation of 433, which is the crest elevation, and my section has a width of 10 meters, so I'm going to put it at Z equal to -5. Now, just like all other polygons that are defined into CADAM3D, you add segments to close your polygon. I'm going to start by a linear type of segment, as well as all other segmentation techniques. You always have the 4 types of segments. I'll go by increment. So I go a 7 meter of increment. I'll add another segment. I'll go up by 0.5 meter and then add another increment by 7 meter into horizontal displacement, and I'm going to close my slab. Make sure that all the polygons that you're going to produce is a convex polygon. So all interior angles of a polygon is considered convex when all interior angles are equal or less than 180 degrees. So the type of volume here is a solid. If it would be a void, you can set up how the pressure of the reservoir is inside. So if no water inside, the upstream reservoir or the downstream reservoir pressure. In this case, we're going to use a solid. Okay, and if the water is confined, it's going to be computed as a mass, an additional mass for the seismic case. Voluminal mass, you can set it up to the value as you wish, 2300. And the only thing I have left to do is the extrusion. Now I only have a 2D shape. I have to extrude my volume. So I'm going to go into this. I have 4 nodes, 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to use the first node, and I'm going to put the extrusion height of 10 at each node. So 3 nodes makes up the plan. Now I have to define if it is behind the polygon or in front of the polygon. Using the right hand rule, having the X as the horizontal axis and the Y as the vertical axis, we have the Z towards us. So coming out of the screen, Z positive. So I'm going to put it in front of the polygon. Now I have done my slab. It's right here, and I click OK. So now what we can see, if we have a slab on top of our section. If I go into colors and fill and go to additional volumes here, if I do skeleton, the neat thing about this option is that the void's gonna be renders as surface, and the volume is going to be rendered as skeleton. Now I have a volume that is showing pretty much only the edges, which is called skeleton. Now we can see that it's located right on top of the crest, and I have a 2 meter on each side. If I go back to volume and voids, I can enable or disable my slab. So if I click this here, I disable the slab, it disappears. It will disappear in all windows that is showing the structure. So if I enable it again, it will reappear here and will reappear everywhere in the software. That ends this video.